Hello, welcome to another Informatica video tutorial. My name is Fernando Guerrero. I am a cloud solution specialist. In this video, we are going to talk about how to get the best write and read performance when you are using Google BigQuery version 2 connector. First, we will go over the settings that you need to apply. I will show a little demo about where those settings are located, and then at the end of the video, I will give you the link to the connector information. So some of the settings that you need are basically applied in the advanced section of your target on the source, but also there is one that you will need to apply when you create the connector. In order to get the best performance with using the Google BigQuery version 2 connector, you need to use the staging mode. There are other modes like the direct or streaming, but staging mode will give you the best performance. So basically what this mode is doing is creating a staging file inside Google, and then all the information will be read or from there and extracted and inserted into your target. Your target could be another database, it could be a flat file, or if or in the other hand, if you are reading from a flat file or from another database, all that information will be placed into these staging files, and later it will be all inserted into your final Google BigQuery target. At the connector level, you will need to specify the location inside the Google, not in your Linux server or Windows server where you install the agent. It's going to be in your Google account where you can save those staging files. In the demo, I will show you where you have to specify that. But you keep in mind that you need a location in Google for those staging files. Okay, so that's why he mentioned that we are using staging mode. This is the mode that will give you the best performance. And when you are reading from Google BigQuery source, you will use the staging as a read mode. And when you are writing to a target Google BigQuery, you will use bulk as the write mode. Another thing that you will need to implement is to use more than one thread. You can use, depending of the amount of data, you will see that you need more threads. Lower amount of data, maybe 3 threads will be enough. You will not see any improvement after 3 threads. But for large amount of data, maybe 10 threads will give you more performance. So you will need to try different amount of threads to see where you get the best performance and after which number you don't see any improvement. Another thing that you need to do is enable staging file compression, because we are saving those files into Google. You need to save money. You don't want to use a lot of space, so always compress them. And use CSV file as your staging file. You will see that we have different kind of files, but CSV will give you the best performance. And in the demo, I will explain why. Now, using a staging mode, this is good when your source or your target is Google BigQuery, but the other source or the other target is not a Google BigQuery. If both your source and your target, both of them are inside Google BigQuery, you can use push down optimization, and that will give you the best performance. And we will do a little demo so you can see where you need to specify all these settings. Well, as I mentioned before, we are going to use a staging mode. So the first thing that you need to do is when you create your connection, you will need to specify a store path. This path is not in your Linux or Windows server where you install the agent. This path is in Google. Okay, so just keep that in mind, because we see that mistake very often, that people think that here you have to put something in your secure agent server, and no, this is in Google. So this is the path that will be used for the staging files. Now let's go to the mapping. If your source and your target, if all your sources, all your targets, all of them are Google BigQuery, then use push down optimization. That's gonna give you the fastest performance. Now, if only your source or only your target is Google BigQuery, but the other one is not, then use the staging file mode and use the settings that we are going to show you. For this example, this source is a flat file, so we have a mix of flat file. This source is a Google BigQuery, and this target is also Google BigQuery. So because we are mixing Google BigQuery with flat file, we cannot use full pushdown optimization. So this is a perfect scenario where you want to use staging mode. So here in the source, let's go start with the source. You select your object that you are reading, and then here in the advanced settings, in the reading mode, you will choose staging mode. Remember, the files will be created in Google, not in your agent. Um, Here you specify how many threads you want to use to this process. Play with this number, you will see a diminishing returns if you keep increasing too high. For example, maybe 3 threads for the amount of data that you have. Maybe 3 threads gives you really good performance, and if you increase to 6, you will not see the double performance. So you can play with this number to see what is the optimal number of threads based on how much data you have. Here CSV file. Why CSV? CSV by itself, the file contains less data. You have your information, the data that you want to process, but it doesn't have so much metadata. You have only your delimiters, and that's all. If you are reading a JSON file, besides the data that you want to process, you have all these character symbols that define an object as a JSON object. So you are processing more data totally. So this will make the process slower. That's why CSV is a simple file. It has less amount of information, and it will be the faster to process. Then here in the enable staging file compression. Remember, you are saving your staging file in Google, so if you compress it, you will use less space, you will save money, and also it will help to increase the performance in comparison if you don't compress the file. So now let's go to our target. It's going to be very similar. So we choose the object that we want to use. We go to the advanced settings. Here, the write mode, we are going to use bulk. If we use streaming, it's going to be 1 by 1, so that's going to take a long time. So choose bulk. And then again here, you will have to play with the number of threads that you want to use. You choose the, where is it? You choose the CSV file, and also you enable a staging file compression. So you see it was the same as the source. The only thing that it changed here is instead of reading mode, we have write mode. So yeah, that's those are the settings that you have to apply and where you have to apply those settings. If you want to know more about the Google BigQuery V2 Connector, you can visit this page. This is the full documentation. You will see all the information about all the available settings, optimizations for when you read, when you write. So everything is going to be there. So I highly recommend that you read the documentation. Any feedback that you have about this video, please contact us through our social media platforms. We have X account and we have also email. We will be happy to hear your feedback. Thank you very much for watching this video.